Real quick, there is some extra seating for adults right there in front of the students. If you need a little place to sit, another place to sit, we have an open spot over on the last set of bleachers.
I feel honored to stand here in front of all of you and recognize the impressive achievements of our students who have made both the school and their family very proud this year. At this time, I would like to introduce our first presenter, Mr. Walton.
Hello. So I'm here to present the Outstanding 8th Grade Band Member Award. We have lots of outstanding 8th grade band members. You might argue our whole 8th grade band is outstanding. It's a really, really great group of kids that have accomplished a lot in the 3 years they've been in band so far. But when I think about the outstanding 8th grade band member, I'm thinking about somebody who really stands out when it comes to their musicianship, leadership, involvement in other activities. And for this particular student, also somebody who has made some pretty big sacrifices this year, namely somebody who ended up needing to be stuck with all of our 7th grade band members this year. They're great, but they're a handful. So our 8th grade band, outstanding band member this year is Carson Walker. Next, we have Mr. Parker.
Hello, everyone. All right, so for me this year, actually Mr. Barrett, myself, we have the World Geography B, the Nat Geo B. So every year we put together a National Geographic B. The kids all know what it is. It's a school-wide competition, starts in the classrooms and then eventually moves to each classroom having a winner, and then we have a school-wide National Geographic B at the conclusion, and we end up having one winner and one runner-up. This year's runner-up, second place, was a 7th grader, and that is Emma Axton. All right, now this next one I would say is an unlikely winner, and he's smiling at me right now. So we have another 7th grader who won this year, and this was really awesome. This was a good boost of confidence for this young gentleman. First place this year was Colton Likens. Next up is Mr. Lunch.
Would the following students please come forward and line up in front here? Mason Strickland. Madison Scott. Aiden Perry. Amy Neighbor Taylor. Nyson Crockett. Avery Mummer. Bryson Compton. Annie Brown. Colton Lycan. Max Stills. Glenn Lemons. Mark Kite. And Nate Wade. Avery, I guess you didn't hear me? Okay, we started the year, this is a building year for our teams. We have 2 FTC robotics teams, and we can have 15 kids on each team. From the junior high, we had 13 of those total 30 kids on those 2 teams. So we had a good show for the junior high. I want to recognize the 8th graders. Will the 8th graders step forward? The 8th graders, the 8th graders really set an example of leadership and professionalship in our competitions this year. In particular, I want to recognize Raylyn and Bryce for outstanding leadership this year in business and outreach and in building and programming. As I call your name, will you come and get your medal, please? Bryce and Tom. The next presenter will be Mrs. Lashley for Spellbook.
Spellbook team members, please come forward as I call your name and stay standing in front of the table. Adeline Carter. Cameron Fisher. Paisley Fisher. Lila Houghton, Noah Curlin, Carson Luker, Clara Nabb, Samuel Oakley, Emily Schmidt, Bailey Watson, and Vince Leatherholt. This team started practices the first week of school and worked hard all the way through the state competition in November. Excelling on this team requires a significant amount of work during and outside of scheduled practice time, and all 11 of these students truly put in the work. After placing first across the state at the area competition, they advanced to the state competition at Purdue University, where they also placed first in our class. Two of these individuals, Viola Houtman and Cameron Fisher, also competed at the state level in the individual competition, earning a spot by scoring a perfect score at air. Mrs. Hall will now give you your medals. Congratulations on the great season.
Will the following students please stand in front of the table? Adeline Carter, Caroline Belt, Vivian Cannon, Aiden Moore, Levi Gentry, and Mason Stickler. So these 6 students participated in the Science Olympiad event that was held at the University of Southern Indiana. The Science Olympiad event is a STEM-based competition. It's composed of over 24 STEM-based events, anywhere from biology to manufacturing and engineering. Every single one of these students at least earned a first place in at least one of their events. Again, this was new for all of us. It was new for the junior high. It was new for these 7th graders. I'm really hoping to build out the team next year, and without a shadow of a doubt, we should, with no problem, be advancing to state next year. I am very proud of these students for navigating through a lot of these events that we did not have a lot of time to prepare for, but they did excellent, and I'm looking forward to next year. I am so sorry, I forgot to call up Paisley Fisher and Lincoln Price. All right, thank you. Mrs. Hall will be introducing the academic teams.
Okay, while they're finishing up, I'll talk about our academic teams. They all did very well this year. Our topic was Ireland in the 20th century. All of our teams start practicing around November, and they're all very busy, so we practice during lunch 2 to 3 times a week. So they work very hard. There's about 35 to 40 teams in each category in Class 3 this year, and many of our teams placed in the top 10 at state level. Our social studies team placed 2nd in the state in Class 3. The math team placed 3rd. Science placed 5th. And our interdisciplinary team placed 8th. I want to congratulate all of our academic teams on these accomplishments. And the teams that scored in the top 3 at state will get special medals from Purdue. So first of all, I would like to introduce the math team, which was coached by me. Please come forward when I call your name. Captain Bryce Jennifer. Max Fields. Adeline Carter. And Claire Knapp. Thank you. You may be seated. Raylan Carrier. And Andy Cyber. Congratulations, you may be seated. I would now like to introduce the science team, which was coached by Mrs. Farrar, Captain Carson Wall, and Bryce Denver. Congratulations, you may be seated. I would now like to introduce the social studies team, which was coached by Mrs. Lashley, Captain Arthur Poe, Clarinet, Lila Outman, Kingsley Parrish, Samuel Oakley, Carson Luper, Caroline Bell, and Levi Gentry. And our social studies team was quite large this year, so we had enough for a team A and a team B, so we entered 2 teams this year. So congratulations, you may be seated. And last but not least, our interdisciplinary team. This is a team made from all the subject areas: English, math, social studies, and science. Please come forward when I call your name. Captain Arthur Poe, Bryce Denver, Max Steele, Clarinet, and Raylan Carrier. Congratulations, you guys. You may be seated. Mrs. Kelly will now present an award.
I'm going to announce the Agenda Cover Contest Award. Students enrolled in art in the 7th grade year designed an agenda cover. And then the homerooms vote on that agenda cover. This year's agenda was designed by Ryan Benner. The yearbook cover is also designed in art the spring of the 7th grade year. And this year's yearbook will come out to the 8th graders on May 20th and the 7th graders on the last day of school. And that cover design was made by Emily Schmidt. Mrs. Gilbert will now announce the outstanding art.
This student award is given to a student who displays artistic drive and passion. The student also sees every assignment as a very specific way to show his or her unique style. They exhibit technical strength as well as generate continued interest in developing his or her skills in visual arts. And this student actually sold part of her artwork at the new Harmony Hoosier Art Salon this year, so we're very proud of her. Goes to Jessica Stradley.
So the first award that I have is the Choir Award, and this award goes to a student who goes above and beyond classroom expectations. This year's recipient has participated in the Murray State University Quad State Choral Festivals, both 7th and 8th grade year, and in solo and ensemble, actually earning a gold rating at state level competition this year. This year's award goes to Ben Snowberg. And this goes to a student who has participated in the high school production. Actually, I only have one student who has, but I do want to kind of brag on him a little bit. I've had him in theater for the past 4 years. So this kind of goes back to when he was in like 4th grade. But this student always attends rehearsals with a good attitude and continuously offers a helping hand when needed. This year's award goes to AJ Peter.
Before I got into teacher, I spent 10 years in the Navy and then another 10 years in the business world. During that time, I observed the attributes and skills needed to be successful and have a prosperous career. This year's award winner exemplifies these characteristics and possesses all the attributes needed to have a very promising future. This student is also involved in several activities outside the classroom, and I have been fortunate enough to coach this student the past 2 years in track, where they've shown incredibly positive attitude and a very strong work ethic. In my class, students are required to complete a research project on a career they're choosing. This student chose a career in radiology for their project. Whether they stick with this career goal or they pursue another occupation, I have no doubt they will be extremely successful in whatever endeavor they pursue. It is my honor and it gives me great pleasure to announce Lauren Stump as this year's Excellence in Business Award.
Exploring Agriculture is a project-based, student-led class, and I love being able to watch all of the students grow and develop and become leaders in the multiple domains of agriculture. I had many remarkable students each semester this year, but I chose one student to receive the Excellence in Agriculture Award. This student truly knows the definition of hard work. He led by example, did above and beyond his task without being asked, and he truly impressed me. This year's winner of the Excellence in Agriculture Award is Carver Elpers. I'll now introduce Mrs. Ferraro.
The Digital Media Award is for a student that has gone above and beyond in either the Viking News Network broadcasting or yearbook class in regards to completing tasks, being creative, and promoting our school in a positive light. This student was actually in both classes and excelled in each. The student chosen this year was animated and fun on VMN. Additionally, she was a very talented writer in yearbook class. This year's Digital Media Award goes to Adrian Poe. Congratulations, Adrian. Mrs. Kelly's going to speak about our amazing student council.
Okay, you're going to see me for a little bit. A lot to say. So we're going to talk about student council. I am the student council sponsor here at the junior high school. Student council is a the school community. Would all of my student council members please stand up? There's a lot of them. Thank you guys. The student council achieved a lot this year. They hosted a Christmas dance. They ran all of the pep assemblies. They collected all of the recycling from all the classrooms. They treated the staff for Teacher Appreciation Week. They organized kickball for the last day of school. They ran the school penny ward, where we made over $1,000 in points for the school, among many other things. So they were very, very busy, and they do a really good job. And when I say student-led, I mean student-led. Sometimes people will come ask me questions, and I'm like, I don't know, go ask whoever's in charge. So they do a really, really good job. So good job, guys. The first group we're going to talk about from student council is our PACT, which is the principal and council talk. So I'm going to call their name, and I would like them to come stand up here. Mrs. Farrar will give you certificates, and then I'm going to talk about you. So, Gwen Baldwin. Aaron J. Fisher. I always have to put the J in there. Andy Stanrick. And James Lee. PACT is a committee chosen mainly by me. They stay there for 2 years, and they get to meet with Mr. Kavanaugh monthly. Gwen, who's also our president, I'll talk about her again in a minute, she would schedule these meetings with Mr. Kavanaugh. She would take all the information with her to the meetings, and they would sit down and talk about it. I don't even get to go to the meetings. They did a really, really good job. They asked for things like things to be fixed in the school or different equipment that they may need for things, and Mr. Kavanaugh helps get that to them. So they did a really good job this year. Thank you guys. Gwen, you might just want to say the rest of you can say. So in student council, we have elected officers. The student council as a whole votes on the officers. You have to be a 7th grade member to be an 8th grade officer. And Whit, who's really up here, Gwen Baldwin, was our president this year. She Gwen was a very reliable leader, and she was not afraid to speak out when she thought it was needed. She was also at every committee and was very well informed on the council as a whole, and she was an amazing president. Thank you, Gwen. Our vice president was Samuel Oakley. Sam is the only 7th grade officer on the student council. It's always that way. He was a really go-getting VP. He did a great job. He was often the only person who remembered our meetings and would remind us, surprisingly sometimes. He was very proactive in his roles and aiding in all the committees, and I look forward to seeing what he's going to do next year. Thank you, Sam. Our secretary was Bryce Smith. Bryce did an amazing job keeping us organized with his Google Calendar, which was well needed. He always knew where everyone was supposed to be, thank goodness, because sometimes we didn't. He kept us on our toes, and he did pretty much everything where he was needed. So he was very resourceful this year. Thank you, Bryce. Our treasurer was Colt Beaker. Colt was an excellent treasurer. He was very involved. He always volunteered for things that wasn't expected of him, which is great. He really grew into his responsibilities from the beginning to the end of the year, even though we found the accounts money kind of odd. But he did a really, really good job. Thank you, Colt. Our social chair was Raymond Carrier. year that student council members could have been on. And these two students did a great job of being as involved as possible. Seventh graders have a little bit of a disadvantage. They don't really know what's expected of them, what they feel like they can achieve. But this student stood out, and she was part of the Can Food Drive Committee, the Kindness Committee, and our Last Day of School Committee. So our outstanding 7th grade committee member is Emma Axton. Our 8th grade committee member was part of the Can Food Drive Committee, Kitty War Committee, Recycling Committee, Teacher Appreciation Committee, Last Day of School Committee. Ooh, the list goes on. He volunteered for everything he could and did a really, really good job. Our outstanding 8th grade committee member is Carson Wall. Next up is Mrs. Lashley. Mrs. Reynolds and I are the National Junior Honor Society sponsors. Members of National Junior Honor Society are selected based on 5 pillars: scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. This year, our students did a fantastic job of holding these 5 pillars. Some of our activities include volunteering at the Highland Challenger League, working shifts with Opposing the Autumn Fest, creating and hosting a fundraising event, and participating in a rockathon for Riley Children's Hospital. Mrs. Reynolds and I enjoyed working with these students and helping them grow as leaders. I would now like to introduce our members. Members, when your name is called, please come to the front to be recognized and shake hands with Mr. Kavanaugh. After you have done this, you may be seated. Glenn Bender. Gwen Bolligman. Owen Bolligman. Ryan Bitter. Colt Beaker. Raylan Carrier. Mackenzie Elkers. Rowan Engelbrecht. Isabella Farrar. Cadence Farrar. Cameron Fisher. Janiyah Garrett. Caroline Hampton. Joseph Fish. Serene Howell. Peyton Jackson. Laura Lindenberg. Sloan Maines. Natalie Marble. Layla Mays. Hunter McManus. Addison Metz. Claire Nightingale. Anthony Peters. Taylor Wright. Madison Shank. Emily Schmidt. Camille Shorter. Benjamin Stoneberger. Lauren Stump.
Parker Waymer. Chase Will. Abigail Williams. Blake Roble. Micah Young. And Morley Yacht. Five of these leaders were peer-elected to guide our society in an officer position. These students went above and beyond in fulfilling these roles. I will now recognize these officers. Please come to the front as I call your name, and Mrs. Reynolds will present you with your medals. Our Public Relations Representative, Ryan Bitter. Our Treasurer, Layla Mays. Secretary, Morley Yont. Vice President, Emily Schmidt. And President, Cameron Fisher. We give 2 awards for National Junior Honor Society. The first one is our Service Award. As I mentioned, the National Junior Honor Society students participate in many community service activities throughout the year. One of our members not only participated in many of our club-offered service activities, but she also went above and beyond in participating in service activities on her own outside of the organization. We feel she embodies the pillar of service. This year's Outstanding Service Award winner is Rowan Engelbrecht. Each year we recognize a member who really stood out as a leader in the organization. Our winner this year has impressed us with her leadership and dedication to her responsibilities. This student exhibited organization and strength of character in everything she did. She performed above and beyond what was asked and was a true pleasure for us to work with. This year's winner for the Outstanding National Junior Honor Society member is Layla Mays. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Reynolds.
Founded in 1983, the President's Education Award Program honors graduating elementary, middle, and high school students for their achievements and hard work. The program has provided individual recognition from the President of the United States and the U.S. Secretary of Education to those students whose outstanding efforts have enabled them to meet challenging standards of excellence. Each year, thousands of elementary, middle, and high schools participate by recognizing these deserving students. The President's Education Award is given to students with at least a 3.5 GPA who have earned above proficiency on both the English and Math I-Learn test. When I read your name, please come forward to receive your certificate and to be recognized. Gwen Bollyman. Ryden Bitter. Carter Davis. Cale Dressel. Rowan Engelbright. Cameron Fisher. Janiah Garrett. Wyatt Gable. Joseph Hish. Serene Howe. Jackson Cram. Natalie Marble. Layla Mays. Addison Metz. Claire Nightingale. Anthony Peters. Aether Poe. Brody Salee. Madison Shank. Emily Schmidt. Max Steels. Benjamin Stoneberger. Chase Will. Morley Yont. And Bryce Zentover. We would now like to recognize the 8th grade students who have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.99 through 3 semesters at the junior high. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all names have been called. Please hold your applause until the end. Owen Bollyman. Drake Brown. Colt Beaker. Ian Farberg. Raylan Carrier. Carter Davis. Draxton Deddy. Mackenzie Elpers. Isabella Farrar. Cadence Farrar. Cameron Fisher. Wyatt Gable. Caroline Hampton. Joey Hish. Serene Howell. Peyton Jackson. Zane Kleinschmidt. Jackson Cram. Nora Lindenberg. Abigail Lord. Sloan Baines. Bree Mock. Hunter McManus. Lexi Meek. Addison Metz. Amora Myers. Claire Nightingale. Emmy Lou Pate. Aether Poe. Taylor Wright. Brody Salee. Briley Schmidt. Kenzie Schmidt. Camille Shorter. Max Steels. Benjamin Stoneberger. Emma Wade. Carson Wall. Vince Weatherholt. Parker Waymer. Chase Will. Abigail Williams. Katie Williams. Blake Roble. Morley Yont. And Bryce Zentover. Please give these students a round of applause. You may be seated. We would now like to recognize 12 8th grade students who have attained a perfect 4.0 through 3 semesters in the junior high. Please come forward to receive your certificate when your name is called. Gwen Bollingman. Ryden Bitter. Janaya Garrett, Natalie Marble, Layla Mays, Anthony Peters, Madison Shank, Emily Schmidt, Lauren Stump, and Miley Young. Congratulations on this outstanding accomplishment. And next is Linda Rising.
It's always an honor to be invited back to present the Linda Rising Outstanding Writer Award. And this year is a little extra special because it's the 15th year of giving this award. So the honor is now older than most of you sitting out here in the audience. Today we're going to be honoring two outstanding writers. When your names are called, please come forward. Briley Schmidt, and Bryce Zentoffer. And now I would like to introduce Mrs. Hartle.
When choosing a student to receive the Academic Excellence in Language Arts Award, we carefully considered students who have maintained a high grade, submitted assignments promptly, actively participated in class, used proper conventions and research in their writing, and went above and beyond what was expected of them in class. The student receiving this award exemplifies excellence in language arts and is likewise a great role model to classmates. He is always willing to raise his hand to participate in class discussions, even when others are hoping I don't call on them. I'm honored to present the Academic Excellence in Language Arts Award to Chase Will. Congratulations. And now Mrs. Hall will present the award for Academic Excellence in Mathematics.
I am presenting the Academic Excellence in Mathematics Award. This award goes to a student who excels in mathematics. I always have so many talented 8th grade students, and this year is no different. And it's always very difficult to pick this award because I have so many talented kids. But one student stood out this year. This student has one of the top scores in my Algebra 1 class. She's usually the first one to answer the bell ringer question that I ask at the beginning, and she always gets it right. She does extra credit to improve her grade, but she never needs it. She just does it for fun, I guess. She's very organized, and she seems very eager to learn new math topics. The winner of the Academic Excellence in Mathematics Award is Natalie Marble. And now Mr. Barrett will present.
For the Social Studies Award, several criteria were considered: quality of work on assignments and projects, participation in class discussion, and of course, quiz and test scores. This is a very tough decision for this 8th grade class, but the following student went above and beyond the criteria I just listed. Congratulations to this year's winner, Aether Cole. Next up is Mrs. Farrar Science Award.
This year's science student is Janiyah Garrett. Next we have Mrs. Reynolds. Three of the most prestigious awards given at North Posey Junior High are the Susie Tooley Integrity Award, the Alan Staggs Outstanding Youth Award, and the Jerry Belote Memorial Award. Students are nominated for these awards by our faculty and staff. The first award is the Susie Tooley Integrity Award. The winner's name will be added to the perpetual plaque in the school's entryway. Susie was unable to be here today, but she would like me to read a few words from her. I was truly humbled 5 years ago when I was notified that North Posey Junior High had established an award in my honor. I recognize that any good I have done has only been by the grace of God, and to Him goes the glory. I apologize that I will be unable to present the award this year as I will be out of town. I have a real passion for North Posey and its students, as I grew up in this school. My dad, Leonard Mock, was hired as a teacher and coach in 1959-60 at the newly consolidated North Posey Junior Senior High School. I was 2.5 years old at this time. I graduated from here, as did all three of my children. I still have nieces and nephews who attend North Posey. I was employed here for 30 years until I retired in 2018. At that time, of the 58 years that North Posey had been in existence, either me or my dad were here 50 of those years. I am forever a Viking. I was excited when I found out the name of the student who had been selected to receive this award. I do not know him personally, but I have heard nothing but positive things about this young man. When asking about his attributes, I was told that he is a great kid who's always polite and kind. He's the first one to step in to help others and always has a positive attitude. He is a role model in every sense of the word. It gives me immense pleasure to extend this award to an outstanding young man who will no doubt continue to have a positive impact on our school and community. The 2024-25 recipient is Ian Carlberg. Congratulations, Ian. The Alan Staggs Outstanding Youth Award was started by Alan Staggs, who was a teacher and counselor at North Posey. For this award, teachers nominate students for their academic achievements, leadership, and citizenship. The winner's name will be added to the perpetual plaque in the school's entryway, and the winner will receive a $50 check. This year's winner of the Alan Staggs Outstanding Youth Award is Natalie Marble. The third award that is equally prestigious is named after Jerry Belote, an English teacher in our school system for over 40 years. For this award, students are nominated by teachers based on attitude, scholarship, and conduct. The winner's name will be added to the perpetual plaque in the school's entryway, and the winner will also receive a $50 check. This year's winner of the Jerry Belote Memorial Award is Cameron Fisher.
Students, teachers, and families, I again would like to thank you for attending our ceremony today to celebrate our wonderful students and their accomplishments this year. We'd like to congratulate each of you for a job well done. We are proud of you and wish you all the best as you head into high school next year. Parents wishing to take their children home with them, please sign them out on the table in the foyer right outside when we finish today. Students who received the awards, feel free to stick around with their families to take pictures. We're going to, this time, dismiss groups of students back to homeroom. So this time, these two groups of students here head to the doors. Unless your parents are staying. Correction, the sign up will be up front here if you're taking your